What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Humble here checking back in with you again. Today is Super Bowl weekend, so I'll be doing a little pregame video about my prediction and what I expect to actually happen. The contest today is between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As you know, Kansas City pretty much blew through their playoff run up until the AFC. Well, yeah, the AFC title game where they faced the Cleveland Browns. No, they actually faced the Buffalo Bills. Their toughest playoff opponent was the Cleveland Browns. Buffalo Bills, they blew them out by 21, and they solidified their spot in the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay won all three of their road games. They beat Washington, they beat New Orleans, and they beat Green Bay in order to get Tom Brady to his 10th Super Bowl appearance. Should be a good game today. I think that Kansas City will come out on top. But I do want to talk about something else that's been debated a few times before that I've seen on TV, especially on Disputed. This whole GOAT debate, Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. In all fairness to Mahomes, this is only his second Super Bowl appearance, so it's kind of hard to label him a GOAT, given that he's only had limited title game experience. This is Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl, so he's been here, quite a few times, and he knows how to get the job done. However, I don't think he's faced a offense of this caliber. You saw what happened when they faced him in the regular season. They were defeated 27-24, but the first half they was actually down 17-0. And what got uglier than that had Mahomes not fumbled and gave them opportunity to score to pull within 10. So I expect a better defensive battle, but I also expect that Mahomes and Hill and Casey and Robinson and those killer receivers will pretty much, find a way to get this second straight Super Bowl back to Kansas City. I do think Tampa Bay will have a well-organized defensive game plan today, but I don't think that's going to be enough to slow them down. The only Achilles heel of Kansas City game is their running game because it's non-existent. So I think they have to work on that. After the Super Bowl, that should be a main concern when they go into the draft, is trying to get a decent running back. So that would be the number one thing that I'll be, focused on after this championship game, of course. But about the game, it's going to come down to, possessions, turning points in the game, and how the momentum swings, from one side to the next. I think the team that gets off to a decent head start has a chance to close out the game and win. And I'll get that slight edge to Kansas City because Tampa Bay hasn't been known for really getting ahead of people and holding on to leads. They've been known for coming behind and trying to steal a win. So if Tom Brady's pressured most of this game, then it's going to be a long day for Tampa Bay's offense. As far as Patrick Mahomes goes, he has his own offensive woes because Eric Fisher's gone for the season with an Achilles, and the other guard they have, he's gone for the season. So we're going to see how these two guards hold up against Shaq Barrett and JPP. The defensive secondary of Tampa Bay is suspect. The only decent corner they have is Carlton Davis, the third. He's their physical corner, but they put him on Tyreek Hill, and it's gonna be what it was. And I think it was week 9 or 10 when he just torched him for 203 and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. I wouldn't do that. I play zone or cover 3 or something that gets them more opportunities to get to Patrick Mahomes. Because to play man-to-man or cover 2 won't be as wise because they're going to carve their defense up. So it would behoove them to play cover 3 or 22-man, as Shannon Sharp would say, to give their pass rush a chance to get home to Patrick Mahomes. Because as stated before, they have no running game, so it's going to become one-dimensional throughout the entire game. But Mahomes is equipped to actually get the job done. So I expect him to bring home his second Super Bowl ring. The Super Bowl MVP, I'm going to go with Travis Kelce. I'll say that he'll have a breakout game today. He'll go for 100 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, and he'll get the offensive MVP award. I do think this going to come down to the fourth quarter as to who can execute down the stretch. This first half going to be interesting because the first 3 or 4 drives are going to tell it all in terms of what Tampa Bay has learned from facing Kansas City before, which is in Tampa Bay's benefit because the first game they experimented and it burnt them. So we're going to see how they make adjustments and how they come out this first offensive drive against Kansas City to see what they can expose and see how they can get down the field and possibly put a touchdown on the board to put pressure on Mahomes to play catch up the entire game. If they can sustain an offense on Tampa Bay's side, which I don't think they can. So Super Bowl is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I think that it's gonna come down to who wants it more. And the truth be told, I think Mahomes actually wants to beat Brady on the biggest stage as Eli Manning has, as Nick Foles has. And I think it's going to really, really sharpen his legacy as a top-tier quarterback in this league. Because winning back-to-back Super Bowl is not easy to do. So it's going to be something that he can actually, boast about. But knowing him, even if he does win, it's going to be a humble approach because at the end of the day, he knows without his guys, he can't get the job done. So my prediction for the game, I'm going to go 42-35 Kansas City. I know I say 42 points because I don't see Tampa Bay holding them to under 30. I just don't see it. If it does happen, then, I don't mind being wrong because it's not an issue with me being wrong, but I just don't see how they, halt an offense of that caliber. I mean, Cleveland did it, but Cleveland was much more physical up front. They made, Patrick Mahomes' life a living hell, so that's the only way you can hold this team to a certain amount of points. Outside of that, you have to, play stellar defense and cover your P's and Q's because the moment they get open, it's going to be a touchdown. So, like I said, I'm going to go 42-35 Kansas City. I also want to touch on one more thing before I get off here. So, Ryan Fitzpatrick did an interview talking about Tua Tagovailoa, in which he said that Tua is the quarterback of the future for the Dolphins. Now, I know a lot of people will say, but he hasn't showed them anything. And, I encourage you guys to go look at Doug Rome channel. He's put up a pretty good breakdown. I did a video on the Game 22 breakdown, or Film 22 breakdown. Go check it out on my channel. Very insightful. It showed a lot that, Tua he's going to be the real deal next season. He's already said it himself. He did an interview with Get Up, and he basically put it out there that his rookie season is below average, which means that, he expected to have a better season, but in 9 games, it is what it is. So he's expecting to have a better season. So, will you stop doing that, man? But he's expecting to have a much better year 2, and I expect him to do better. I do think he's gonna have his struggles in year 2, but I think he'll have way more progression than struggles. I think that this year's film that he can break down and look at and dissect and learn simple formalities, how to line the offense, how to get people rolling, how to throw receivers open, how to get them the ball is the moment he sees them separate, or the moment they give him that window to throw into, even in the red zone, instead of trying to force the ball. If it's not the primary hit, then go with your secondary, which against the Patriots it showed because Hollins was wide open on the slant and Tua didn't look his way. It was a mistake nonetheless, but I think the next time if Tua does see him open, he's going to hit him right on the spot for a touchdown. So these are little things that I think Tua is going to work on to get better. With 2 offensive coordinators, it's going to be interesting to see how he handles the play calling. But I think they're going to make it to where it fits his skill set, to where he's not trying to do a whole lot. But I think that as he progresses and shows he can handle things, they're going to give him a lot more to deal with, give him audible choices, give him, call plays in and out of what the original call or the original formality was, or the plan of motion was on the field, or as they call them, the set of plays they had in place. He can, change them out and give him something more that he's comfortable with, or that he likes against a certain defensive scheme or set that's already been presented on the field. So I think he's gonna have a bright future. I think he's gonna be an elite quarterback for years to come. But year 2 is gonna tell a lot about how serious he is, which I'm convinced he's very serious based on the way he's been carrying himself. He stays out of the limelight, stays out off of social media. He keeps his head down. He doesn't entertain the naysayers or anything like that. He stays in a playbook. He stays in his office trying to get better because he wants to prove a lot of people wrong. To me, my message to him is simply this: the only person you have to prove something to is yourself. You know that you're an elite quarterback. All you gotta do is go out there and show it year 2. Which is why in one of my videos I said that he's gonna throw for 3,500 yards, 25 to 30 touchdowns, maybe like 6 or 7 picks, which is one hell of a great turnaround season. Because his season this year was not bad, but it was below what everyone expected of him. But it's just 9 games, so to crucify him or to say he's a bust is just ridiculous. It is flat out ridiculous. But I think he's gonna come back more determined than ever to lead an offense, to become the captain of the team, and to turn that franchise completely around to where they can make a very, very deep postseason run. Because he'll see the speed from regular season to postseason. It's going to ramp up, but I also think he'll be able to handle it as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, which is something he's already shown he's not willing to do. So if he can stays, making plays but be conservative, knowing when to be conservative, knowing when to keep the defense off the field to give them more extra time to rest and keeping the offense moving the chains, whether he gets a touchdown or a field goal, that's progress of where the defense ain't got to suffer. So as long as he does his part, they'll stay in games, which is proving that he can actually do his part. Now, it was terrible that, some of his receivers opted out. Some of them weren't performing well, weren't catching the ball, didn't know how to line up, wasn't running the precise routes to get open. But all that will be fixed in the offseason because now they have one. So now has the opportunity to get with those guys and to fix the formalities, get to know one another, go more in depth with terminology and hand signals and everything, so he can know what they like, what they don't like, get them set up for success so they can put up their numbers and become commodities amongst the offense where they can shine as well. So be looking out for him to do a lot of great things next season. Also, the Dolphins have to focus on getting a solid running back because Mike Gaskins, he's not the answer. So this year's draft, I pray they get a decent running back. If they don't get Najee Harris, they go after Travis Etienne, the kid out of Clemson. Big, physical, strong back, can catch the ball, can separate, can run routes. He can pretty much do it all. He can also block very, very well. So go after him if you can't get Najee. But that's all. Just wanted to give my Super Bowl prediction, a little breakdown a little bit. And I'll be checking in with you guys later. I'll probably more than likely do a post-game video after the Super Bowl is over. If I'm up to it, I probably won't be, but be looking for me to put out more videos next week. Because I really, really, really want to break down the Brooklyn Nets situation. It's really, really troubling at this point. And I feel like if they don't address it soon, they're going to stampede through this season, basically where they start losing stupid games like they did the other night and last night to the 76ers. But be looking for more videos coming from your boy. And also give me some ideas of a decent, intro or something to help me to where I'm just not coming in straight talking, because I really, really want to get an intro for you guys, but my wife is helping me work out that situation. So keep supporting the channel, like, comment, subscribe if you like what you see. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion. I always listen, I always write back. And I like, formidable conversation where it goes back and forth without the bashing, without the name calling. I won't entertain that at all. So if you comment something retarded, I'm probably not going to respond. But outside of that, I don't mind, having a logical conversation with whoever. As long as you have your points and you are, as long as you have your points lined up and it's logical and it makes sense, I don't mind talking to you at all. Because you got your opinion, I got mine. So I appreciate the 115 subscribers I do have. You guys are making me smile every day just looking at the reports I'm getting from YouTube Studio. So I appreciate that. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Talk to you guys later. All right, peace.